Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to talk about my 5 years of journey from student life to an IT professional. So I started my IT profession in 2020 and now in 2025 January I have completed 5 years as an IT profession. So I would like to highlight how was my journey, what are my learning curves, and I will give you some tips and tricks that will help you have a successful career. So let's start. So in this 5 years of career I have worked with 3 companies. So the first company that I have worked with is Avalara, and it is a product based company and it is an MNC. The second company is Volloop, and it is a product based company, but this one is a startup. And the third company, the company in which I am working right now, it is Sensar Technologies, and it is a MNC, but it is service based. So you can say in my 5 years of career I have worked in 3 companies. Two are product based and one is a service based. Two are MNCs and one is a startup. So I will break down and give you some tips and tricks as to what works in which culture. So the first company that I have joined, that is Avalara. It is into returns calculation and taxation. So this company, it is an MNC, and it is a product based company. It has multiple products like returns, for transaction related many, and then interaction related, all of this. I was working there into support as a technical support engineer. So I was handling all the clients. I was on the front end, like on the front end, talking to clients, resolving their technical queries. Okay, this is not a customer service kind of a role, it is a technical role, and it is going to help them resolve their technical issues and product based issues. And if there is something that is out of my scope, then it will be escalated to the higher levels, like the people who are more technical. So here I was working with a team of 50 members, and in that also there were various levels, like entry level tickets were there, then the intermediate level of tickets, and then there were more complex tickets. And so it was like divided into L1, L2 and L3 simultaneously. So here I got a chance to work with various teams. So firstly the L1 support will handle, and then they will segregate the tickets. If it's a technical, then it will go to L2 and L3 simultaneously. If it's account related, it will go to the account manager. If it's a technical account related issue, then it will go to the TAM, that is the technical account manager. So all of these tickets, the segregation, the prioritization, the handling of communication, right from ticket creation to ticket resolving, all of these things were a part of my roles and responsibilities. And also along with this I had to document everything that is going on simultaneously. So it is a kind of mixture of a lot of things going on, but since there were multiple people working, so the load was not as much. The only negative thing I thought was working in shifts. So I had to work 1 month morning shift, 1 month afternoon, and 1 month night shift. So I was married at that time, so it was difficult for me to work during the night shifts. So that was the only reason for me to switch. So I worked here for 2 years, and then I switched to my next company. And my next company, which was Volloop.io. Now this one is a startup company and it is a product based company. So when I joined here, I was the only one in my team, and so it was very hectic for me to handle everything right from scratch, and there were multiple clients. So I had to handle the communication, all the escalations, all the bugs related issues, everything. And since it was a startup, there were limited number of people and the product was not as explored. So anything that would come in as a ticket, so if I would go to anyone asking for help, even they were unsure if this is a feature or this is just a question or if this is an enhancement request. So a lot of time of my, as well as anyone whom I would reach out to, would be spent into just analyzing the issue, what is the issue, and then in which bucket does it fall. Does it fall into a bugs bucket? Does it fall into an enhancement request? Does it fall into just a questionnaire? Or is it just a support ticket? So things were complicated, but let me tell you, since it was a startup, this is the company where I have learned maximum number of skills, because I had to do so many things on myself. It was like one person doing the work of 4 to 5 people. Though it was hectic, but I got to learn a lot. So if you are a student, I would highly recommend that you look out for product based companies that are into startup. Usually the product based company is a startup. Rarely you will find the product based companies that are MNC, and in that case that would be a very big name, like Avera that I used to work for, or you say Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Meta, all this Twitter, all these companies, they are product based companies and they are MNCs, and they are like very famous, and they are like the giants. There are startups as well, so I would highly recommend you go for a product based company that is a startup. So this is going to give you a very good exposure in terms of environment. You will be able to understand the entire flow of how a product based company works. So it was a very good experience. And the third company that I am working right now is a Zensar. The only reason why I left Volu was that after a particular point when I was working here, I already had my first child, my daughter, and I was finding it very difficult to manage my house as well as manage my daughter, and then it's a lot of responsibilities. My husband is into businesses, so he hardly had any time to spend with her or give time to me. So I had to manage a lot of things by myself. So it got hectic at a particular point, and then I decided that no, like, enough now. I will go, and my priorities changed. Now my priorities were like, I have to find a job wherein it would be less hectic, and I would have less work. So then that is where I switched to Zensar. Now Zensar, it is a very big company. It is a very famous company. It has branches in Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and it is a very big company. It's a huge name. The only thing was that I had to face was difficult, was that I was placed into a project where the client's requirement was work from office. So I had to commute, I had to go to the office. So I stay in Hinjewadi and I have to go to office to Kharadi, which is like very far away from me. So I had to spend total 3 hours of my day only in traveling, and it got hectic to me. And after joining I realized that I have conceived. So I did not realize it in the first 3 months. After the first 3 months I realized that I have conceived, and it became very difficult, but I continued working till 8 months, and then I went on maternity leave. But the work-life culture is Zensar is something that is amazing. Like I could actually feel that so much of pressure has gotten off my shoulders. Like my manager, he's always very supportive. He would always say that if your family and if your family needs you, you should definitely make them as a priority. We can complete this work later on, or I will delegate some other resource for your work. But if you need some time, you can have your time. So there is a lot of work flexibility, a lot of work life balance. Only thing was about traveling. What I'm hoping, after I resume my work, I will get a project wherein I will be able to work from home. So basically in Zensar, you have options like based upon the client that you are assigned to. So there are clients who are okay if their employee is working from home. Some want them to be doing hybrid work, some want compulsory work from home. So this is how my career has been so far, 5 years. But I am very grateful and thankful to God that they have given me this opportunity and the strength and the dedication to work continuously, even after being having kids, being married, being pregnant. I was able to work and not take a break. And even now when I resume, I will not be taking a break. I will continue to work. And also thank you to my husband who has been such support. I would also like to highlight my salary, because in my short career span of 5 years, I have switched 3 companies. So obviously it is exciting. As to the reason, the salary can be a deciding factor as well. So I will not be disclosing the exact figures, but I will give you an approximate idea of how much you can expect. So the first company that I had joined, let's say I joined at XLPA. So because it was product based company and it was a MNC, in 2020, relatively as per the market standards, I was given a bit higher pay. Let's say I was working at XLPA, and when I switched after 2 years into Waloop, since it was a product based company and it is a startup, so they would pay you higher, because they do make you work that much. So even if they are paying, they make sure that they ask you to work for that amount of pay. So I was given a total of 100% hike. So if I was working for XLPA and I was working for Waloop at 2XLPA, and then I worked there for 2 years, I had a hike once. And in my first company also there was a hike twice. And then after 2 years I joined Zensar. While joining Zensar, I got a 70% hike on my Waloop's salary. So yeah, even though I'm not disclosing the numbers, I hope you get a gist of it, as to how the structure looks like. So I hope everyone who's out there who has just started, just don't give up, just keep doing, because it might in the starting it might be frightening. You might be feeling like it's not worth it, but when body has got into that system, that work culture, then it comes natural to you. So then it is not as, it does not feel hectic anymore. It feels that now your body is used to this work. So yeah, that's for it. I hope it was helpful and you got some idea of how the work in IT looks like, and how you can also structure your IT career going forward. In some of the videos I will also make videos explaining the difference between product based companies and service based companies, and what should be the target of a student, or what should be the target of an experienced employee. So yeah, so that is it for this video. I will see you in the next video, and do like, share and subscribe this video. Bye, have a good day.